All right, look at this, just rows and rows and rows of F-150s. And on this lot, we'll take a quick peek here. But what we're going to be talking about today is actually using your money the right way. But on the same note, using your money. Okay, when you're buying a truck, buy a truck. Buy the truck that you want. Buy the stuff that makes you happy. And we're going to dive into that. But before we do, it's interesting to note that you see all these rows that we got here of F-150s on this lot. Okay, both sides, doubled up. Look at what we're looking at here. Okay, both sides, row after row after row of F-150s, and none of them really going anywhere. They just keep stocking up more and more and more. Why? Because they're priced too high. F-150 prices today are just ridiculously crazy high. We know that. It just is what Ford's doing. For whatever reason they're doing it, that's what they're doing. Now, the prices for the Super Duties were phenomenal, and we talked about that. Look at all those Mavericks sitting right there. Okay, there's like 12 Mavericks there. And here's where they keep the Super Duties. Here's where the Super Duties are. We got one right there, and then we have 2 and 3. Usually there'll be like 8 or 10 here, and then they sell them out, and then they replace them, sell them out, and replace them. They move Super Duties like crazy. Mavericks, couldn't buy a Maverick at all for a couple of years because their prices were so great. We saw 12 back there, and look at here. Look at them all. Why? Because they priced the Mavericks way too high now. They got too greedy, and their prices are too high, and now none of them are moving. But when we go talk about spending your money, we're going to go up there. Fleet Services. It's daytime, and they're closed this Sunday, and we're going to go up here, and we're going to take a look at some of these vehicles right here, and just check some of this stuff out for a minute while we're up here. And we're going to talk about spending your money the way that you should be spending your money. So let's do that. Let's kill this dude and jump out and dive into it, and here we go. All right, so what are we talking about with that? What am I meaning when I say spend your money the right way, buy this stuff? There's multiple ways to buy a vehicle today, to buy any kind of truck. You can be somebody that's going to buy one and you're going to drive it for a very long time, many years, and baby it. Maybe you have a secondary car you're going to do, and you're going to just own it for a while. Or maybe it's your daily driver and you're going to drive it as it is, and you're going to put, you only put 10, 15,000 miles on it. You're going to try and keep it for 20 years. Or you're maybe somebody like me who drives 40,000 miles a year, and you got to roll these things over instantly. People argue that with me constantly. I can't believe you do that. You're losing so much money. I'm not losing money. You can't be a 40,000 mile a year driver and expect to buy a vehicle and keep it for 5 years. I'd be crushed if I did that. Okay, I'd put 200,000 miles on it. It's worth nothing, and I get nothing out of it. I have found a sweet spot for what works for me. You have to do what is for you. But that doesn't mean that you, and some people want to buy used. Some people want to buy brand new. Do whatever you want to do. The key is understand that you need to have a reliable vehicle. Most of us do, so that's important. Find whatever system is going to work for you to give you that reliability, and don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money. You know, I mean, you can't take it all with you. There's people that want to. There's people that want to save every single penny they can and store it, and then that way they can, when they die, they can pass it off to their kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am not that guy, not even a little bit. I am 51 years old, and I have watched too many friends looking at this thing right here. That is not a bad price on there. 59. That is not a bad price for what this thing is right here. 3.5 liter. I mean, that is not bad at all. These things are pretty dang sweet. Look at that. Nicely done. Ha! Love it. They got some pretty sweet deals here. Look at this. Look at this. This has got more rows than a bus does. Love it. Okay. But what, for example, like I said, 51 years old, I have seen way too many people that have slaved their entire life and saved every penny they can so that they got money to when they retire, and they either die before they hit retirement or they die shortly after. Again, you cannot be getting up in age like I am and not have seen this multiple times. Make sure your finances are set. Make sure that you have more money coming in and going out, and make sure that you're in pretty good shape. Do I have a ton of money to retire with? No, not even a little bit. I'm not even that worried about it. But we get by just fine. We have no major debt. We get to this point. What we got to be smart with still of our purchases. Okay, I don't make much money. I have to be very smart with the vehicles I buy, such as why I'm up here in the fleet service area. Maybe some of these are better deals if you can get these, if it's got everything you need as a feature and you don't want to spend any money for the options. There's ways that you can do this stuff to get what it is that you're looking for and make it work. The key is that you understand what is going to work for your budget. Okay, for me, my sweet spot is buy it way below MSRP, as low as I can, 20%, that kind of stuff. Drive it for 2 years, put 60,000, 75,000 miles on it, turn around and sell it. And it, with before COVID and after, during while COVID was happening, I have been able to make a tremendous amount of money on my vehicles doing that. Look at this. Look at her getting for fleet services on this. That's nice. 150 4-wheel drive, 5-liter in this thing like that. Gorgeous setup, simple, and 45 grand. Nice. And that's a window sticker price. You probably do better street price on this too as well. But fleet service vehicle, sweet, simple, and easy. But the point is, that works for me. That system I've been doing has worked for me. I am still in the green, and 8 years in, I am in the green. I have not paid a penny for a vehicle. Believe it or don't, I honestly don't care. I don't care if you do or not. It makes no difference to me. But I'm telling you, it works. Will that continue working now with everything being so volatile and all this up and down in the market? Maybe not. My Gladiator is sitting right there. Will I maybe lose some money on it when I go to get rid of it at the end of this year? Maybe, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is. I'm still way ahead in the green side, but even then, when I do the math on it, it would have only cost me, with my system, it only cost me probably $200 a month, $225 a month to drive this for 2 years. You can't argue with those numbers. Find the system that works for you. Maybe you buy a brand new F-150 or F-250 like this because it's durable and it's going to last, and you drive this thing for 15 years and you do the math on it and it works out there. Maybe you even got to put some repairs in it, but even overall through the whole thing, it averages out to cost you $200 a month. Your system is $200, my system is $200. Both of them work. Find the one that works for you and do not be afraid of it. Make sure your budget can handle it. Make sure that your system works. Always run the math. Always run the math. What about leasing? Some people, leasing makes sense. If you could lease this truck right here, I'm just picking a truck, but if you could lease this truck, you better be able to lease it for $200 a month. If you can't get this for $2,000 down and $200 a month, you're going to get ripped off in the end of it. If you think you're going to lease this truck for $500 a month with $3,000 down and you're going to do all right, you've lost your butt in it money-wise, comparatively. So always make sure that the math out right for you. Make sure everything works in your system. Things like this. Okay, for example, maybe you work a lot and you travel a lot for work. If you're somebody who's out there spending $100 a night or even $70 a night, 4 nights a week in hotel rooms, this would save you a tremendous amount of money. Why? Because you could set this up, you could drive this, take it anywhere you want to, and you could set this up as a mobile office and a sleep station, and you could even put a shower in this thing and have this thing be your entire setup and park it anywhere you want to and sleep inside of it, drive in it, work in it, do everything you need to in it, make it a mobile apartment, mobile office, mobile everything, and you would save so much money over dealing with hotels as you travel. Okay, think. That's the key. That's what we want to get to. Think about stuff the right way to find those ways that you maximize what your dollar can do for you. Dave Ramsey, like I said, more power to him. More power to people that like him. I'm not a fan of Dave Ramsey. I'm not a fan of save all your money and live low as you can be and struggle and suffer and not enjoy life. And then hopefully maybe you'll be around for those last 10 years. And if you are, maybe you'll have a little bit of health left and maybe things will be okay and maybe your legs will still work and maybe you won't be, have some kind of major issues. Maybe you won't have a heart attack. Maybe you don't get cancer. Maybe a lot of stuff. More power to you if that's the way you want to live. I'm not. I'm living right now. But I live within my means. But I'm living. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. You do you, whatever works. But the smartest thing you can do truck-wise, make sure that the math works for you. Even if you want to play. Even if you want something better. If you didn't, maybe you're looking at a Gladiator and you're like, well, I don't need the Rubicon, but I want the Rubicon. Then buy the Rubicon. If the Rubicon fits your abilities, if you can do it financially and make it work, by all means, get the Rubicon. You don't have to go to a sport just because the sport makes more sense financially. It's your money. Live. Enjoy it. As long as you can. As long as the math works. That's the key. Questions, comments, put them down below. Thanks for watching.